Okay, joining me on Coach's Corner this morning on KIIC, Michael Lahart. Thanks, Michael, for joining us today.
Oh, you bet.
Hey, you guys have had one heck of a season. You won the Pioneer League. Tell us about that.
Such a great experience. This is what we've been working for as fifth-year seniors for the last 5 years, is winning this every year. And finally, my last year, we were able to come through and win it. At least we're guaranteed a share of it, so quite an accomplishment for us.
Absolutely. Now, who's all in this league? Or some of the big teams in it?
The league really is spread all the way across the United States. San Diego and Jacksonville, so your East and West Coast teams, those two play each other this following week to see who gets a share of the championship with us. Those two are always talented. And then two of the other teams that are always up near the top are Dayton and then Butler University.
Okay, now when you came here 5 years ago, Drake was not one of the great superpowers of this league. And now, in the last few years, you guys have been up here in the top echelon every year.
Right. It had been a number of years since Drake had won a championship. So it's just real fun to be a part of the team that kind of gets the monkey off the back, or whatever you want to call it, but to get that first championship. And I have a feeling it's going to be the start of a roll where Drake's going to be competing year in and year out for championships.
Now, Michael, you have a real unique situation on this team in that most football teams have 3, 4, 5 captains. This team only had one captain.
Yes.
And that was you.
Yes.
And I know you're a modest guy. You don't want to talk about it too much. But how in the world did that come about that you only had one captain and it was you?
Well, every spring you get the team votes for captains. The coach always tells us that you can vote for one, you can vote for none, or you can vote for the entire team. And I guess just the way it shook out is that I had a majority of the votes, and he decided to go with just the one captain. It's really a great honor. It really means a lot to me to have the other guys respect me like that. But in the end, the entire season was a complete group effort with me and the other fifth-year seniors. Really couldn't have done it by myself.
Well, absolutely. What was the high point of this season?
Well, I say there were 2 points that really stick out for me. The second to last game, Jacksonville, coming back from behind, we were down a touchdown against them real late in the game, and coming back from behind to beat them was pretty special. And I thought that was the high point of the season until just last weekend when we beat Dayton when we knew we were guaranteed to share the championship. I think that was definitely the high point of the season.
And Dayton, year in and year out, it's a pretty tough team.
Oh, they've been great. I think they've won or at least had a share of the championship the previous 2 years, so they're always up near the top. And we had never actually beat them until this year, so it was fun to get a win against them.
Now, good Charging boy that you are, a Charger, you were joined on this team by another Charger.
Yes, Avery Foose. He was one of the starting linemen this year, so he was definitely another big contributor to our season.
Now, Avery got an injury about 2/3 of the way through the season.
Yes, he actually broke his foot out when we were playing out in San Diego. So he had to have surgery on that because of the nature of the fracture, and he missed the rest of the season. But I say really feel bad for him. They didn't get a chance to play in those last few games. They were pretty special.
And he was a senior this year.
He was a senior, but I think he's coming back for a fifth year as well. Yeah. So he redshirted his freshman year, so he's got the opportunity to play that fifth year also.
Michael, what's the plans for you? Will you graduate at semester, or you got a whole another semester yet after this?
Yeah, I won't be graduating at semester because of pharmacy school. I've got all of next semester that'll be in the classroom, and then that following year I'll be doing rotations out across in different pharmacy practice settings, and then I'll finally graduate. So the 6 years at first 6 years sounded like a long time, but it's sure flown by.
Sure has. Well, all the best to you, Michael. Appreciate you joining us today on Coach's Corner, and I especially appreciate you meeting me here in the weight room at Drake University at this exciting basketball game.
You bet.